In 2025, we made over 20 videos for this channel. We tasted hundreds of whiskies, all sorts of new releases, cult favourites, distillery exclusives, and bottles we really didn't expect to like as much as we actually did.
Today, we're sharing the whiskies that truly stayed with us, the ones that defined our year. These aren't the most expensive bottles we've tried. These are our honest highlights and the moments where whiskey genuinely amazed us. So let's get started.
Now, firstly, we should say that these are our personal favourites. These are whiskies we generally love drinking this year. Some might surprise you because they're not the most expensive or the rarest, but when it came to pouring a dram, these were the bottles we kept searching for and going back to every time.
So let's get started with our first highlight of 2025.
Now, first up is my first pick, which is the Scapa 16-year-old. Now, this was my surprising standout of the year. Now, Scapa has always been known as the overlooked Orkney malt. Now, whilst Highland Park gets all the attention, Scapa quite often sits quietly in the same island, making incredibly elegant whiskey. But 2025 was a year I finally realised just how special Scapa can be.
When Kev poured me a glass, I understood immediately. On the nose, you get beautiful honeyed sweetness, gentle coastal notes, and hints of vanilla and orchard fruits.
Now, the palate is where it really shines for me. It's silky smooth with layers of heather, honey, toffee, and just a whisper of maritime influence. Now, there's this elegance that's hard to describe, and the finish is long and warming with sweet malt and gentle spices lingering afterwards.
I completely agree. At 16 years old, it's had time to develop real depth without losing that delicate character.
Now, this is the re-release of the classic 16-year-old, and if you've been missing out on the Scapa previously like I have, hopefully 2026 will be the year that you finally discover what you've been missing out on.
Next up is my first pick, and it's Glendronach Ode to the Dark. This was the heavyweight sherry bomb of the year for me.
It really is a proper intense one as well.
Exactly. Glendronach has a cult following among sherry cask lovers, and this bottle reminded me exactly why people obsess over this distillery. This is finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry casks, which creates this incredibly rich, dark and brooding character. When I first opened it, the room filled with these intense aromas of dark chocolate, espresso and dried fruits.
On the palate with this, you get waves of Christmas cake, those raisins soaked in treacle, dark chocolate and warming spices. It's unapologetically bold. Now, this isn't a salt whiskey and it really does demand your full attention, and it rewards you for giving it to it as well. It's perfect for those cold winter evenings when you want something that really envelops you.
Rich, sweet with layers of oak and spice that keep evolving. If you love sherry casks, this needs to be on your list.
Now, before we break down the rest of this year's favourite whiskies, we just want to remind you we've got an incredible selection of whiskies in the shop online, including the bottles we're featuring today and hundreds more.
From affordable everyday drams to special occasion bottles, there is something for every whiskey lover. And check out the link in the description to explore our full range. Okay, back to our list.
The third pick here, it's really special for me. This is the Lakes Distillery Nostalgia Whiskymakers edition. Now, I first tried this whiskey in the video that we did with Hemel from the Lakes Distillery. We explored their entire range and we had such a great conversation about the craft of whiskey making, and nostalgia was the real standout on the day for me. Now, this one is matured in a combination of Oloroso sherry casks and American oak. On the nose, you get fragrant notes of dried fruits and toffee and gentle spices. The palate is really wonderful balanced as well, neither too heavy or too light, with layers of honey, dark chocolate and warming oak.
I tried this after Kev had made the video and I could immediately taste what he was talking about. It's elegant but still has a real depth.
But honestly, what made this one stick out with me wasn't just about the whiskey itself. It was meeting Hemel, it was hearing about what they're doing at the lakes, and just spending time with somebody who really cares about their craft. Now, that whole experience is wrapped up in this bottle for me.
Number 4 is a milestone whiskey. It's Ardnamurchan's first ever 10-year-old.
This was a huge release. We'd both been waiting for this one in particular.
Ardnamurchan has quickly become one of my favourite distilleries. They're independent, they're transparent about their production, and they're making phenomenal whiskey. And this 10-year-old marked a huge moment. We'd been waiting to see what their first age statement whiskey would taste like from the distillery.
And it absolutely delivered on this one. It's that mix of peated and unpeated spirit. It's created something really unique.
On the nose, you get coastal notes, that gentle maritime influence from their location on the most westerly point of the British mainland, along alongside vanilla, citrus, and a subtle peat smoke. The palate delivers a beautiful balance. There's sweetness from the bourbon casks, dried fruits from the sherry casks, and that elegant smoke weaving through everything. This release proved that Ardnamurchan isn't just promising, they're delivering, and I can't wait to see what their future age statements taste like. So number 5 is one that I always keep going back to, and it's the Aberlour 12-year-old double cask. This isn't a limited edition, but throughout 2025, I kept coming back to it.
Now, sometimes the best whiskies are just the ones you actually do want to pour time and time again.
Exactly. Aberlour 12 is matured in both traditional oak and sherry casks, creating this wonderful combination of vanilla sweetness and rich fruitiness. On the nose, you get classic Speyside character, that honey, toffee, dried fruits, and gentle spices. It's warm and inviting.
And the palate is beautifully balanced as well. There's enough complexity to keep it interesting, but it never overwhelms. You've got notes of the butterscotch, you've got raisins, cinnamon, and just hints of chocolate.
The finish is smooth and lingering with sweet malt and warm oak. It's the kind of whiskey you can pour without overthinking, but it rewards you every single time. This bottle taught me something important in 2025. Favourites don't always have to be fancy. They just have to be the ones that make you happy every time that you pour them.
We probably recommended this whiskey more than any other this year. It's accessible, it's reliable, and it's genuinely delicious. And finally, my last pick, which is the Aberfeldy 9-year-old Scottish Oak Edition. And this one does have a story behind it. So earlier this year, I visited Aberfeldy Distillery in Highland Perthshire. They took me through a tasting of the core range, which was the 12, the 16, the 21, all brilliant whiskies. They also gave me some other bottles to take home. Now, I was expecting to love the older expressions, but when I tried this 9-year-old finished in the Scottish Oak casks, something just clicked.
When Kev came back, he did give us a try of it, and I can understand why he loves it. Scottish oak is rarely used in whiskey maturation, but when it's done right, it does add unique honey and heather notes.
On the nose, you get classic Aberfeldy honey character, but with this real distinctive floral note and gentle spice that actually comes from the Scottish oak. The palate is beautifully smooth as well. You've got golden syrup, you've got orchard fruits, vanilla, and that characteristic heather honey. There's also a real gentle oakiness that adds real structure without leaving any bitterness as well.
The finish in this one is long and warming, and it's got that sweet malt and lingering spices.
Now, I've loved this so much, I've actually bought more of it as well. After my visit, this is the one I couldn't stop talking about. Sometimes you'll find a whiskey just connects with you, and it doesn't need to be the oldest or the most expensive one. With this 9-year-old, it reminded me that age is just a number with whiskey, and it's about the quality of the maturation and the character it creates.
It's a perfect example of why we do these year-end lists. The best whiskey isn't always the ones that you expect. So those are our 6 whiskies of the year, the bottles that really stood out to us in 2025.
Now, these whiskies reminded us why we love doing this. It's the people we meet, the stories we discover, and the surprising whiskey along the way too. Now, we want to hear from you. What was your whiskey of the year? Please tell us in the comments and why it mattered to you. And if any of these bottles caught your attention, please check out our shop. You'll find the link in the description. You'll find these whiskies plus hundreds more from distilleries all around the world.
Here's to another year of great whiskey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.